Hello, my name is Gopal MS and I go by the name Mumbai Post online. I blog, photoblog, I share images online on different platforms including Instagram and I document cities, and since I live in Mumbai, it's this city that I document. I've been doing it for 10 years now. Photo blogging has been the big days of photo blogging was sometime in the last decade, but it has now evolved into something that has matured into serious documenting, and I'm probably one of them. And the advantage is that anybody can publish now, and blogging or photo blogging is an increasingly uh, important and powerful way to get your message across. Even in the age of social media, where you have different ways of putting images across, uh, blogs or photo blogs have emerged or has continued to be an important medium, because it is one place where all your work can be seen, and second, it's a daily log like the name suggests, and at many levels it's a one-stop place for people to see your work. And if you are a serious photographer, it is essential that you have a photo blog and not just restrict yourself to Instagram and other different places. And it also works on a more linear chronological fashion than a website where you showcase your best work. But a blog is an ongoing project and it helps you build your work over time, and you yourself can see it evolve. Coming to the tips on how to blog or how to be a better photographer or a photo blogger. One is you have to shoot a lot. The first 10,000 shots, as they say, is very important. Uh, so are all the ones that come after that. Shoot a lot, and mainly when you shoot a lot, you also experiment with different styles, so that at the end of those 10,000 shots or whatever is that period, you find out what is it that you really love to do. In my case, it was documenting cities that I enjoyed doing, and then I started focusing on that. And it could be anything for you. Your depending on your taste and your interest and love, and you discover what you like to do, and then continue doing that a lot. And when you do a lot of that, you also have to experiment again, so that the funnel goes narrower and narrower, might be, or and your mind keeps growing broader and broader, your storytelling improves, and then you will have a great body of work that you can see progress through time. And when you look back and edit it, you have a solid body of work. And that is how photographers work, is by focusing on what they love to do, and then going deeper into their subjects. And then the most important part, which is the last part, is which has to be done throughout, is going social and using digital as a way to put your work across to the world. And when you have a blog, anybody can publish, so it's out there for people to find, to discover. You have social media, you have different platforms, people will discover you, and then you get places to publish your work. And you get assignments, you can apply for grants and do your pet project and different projects that are dear to you. You can explore new things that interest you, and it's of interest to society at large, because you're not an while photography is an very individualistic and personal job. You need the internet, you need the people out there, you need a circle of friends, influencers, and lovers of your work, who will help you put your work across. And these are and that make and digital makes that possible. Your blogging makes that possible, your internet makes it possible, and you should use that as an important tool, as important as your photography and your storytelling and your editing. now I'll take you through 5 photographs to show you what my work is about and how I document cities. In my case, I divide the city into layers. So this is an example of a picture from Haji Ali, and you can see the image has different layers. The farthest, if you look in the background, you can see the house of the richest man in India, and in the foreground is of course Haji Ali, where you have a lot of the masses coming. So I see the city through different layers. I try to bring the contrast. I've tried to go into different layers of the city and build a nice narrative around the city as it progresses over time. And then I explore things like once when I started exploring the city, you discover there are certain stories that are very important. Like for example, the playgrounds of the city. So why playgrounds of the city? Because in a city which does not have space, the worst affected people are the children. And so this is a picture from Mahim where a girl is playing on the streets with guns. Yeah, kids in Mahim play with guns all the time. I don't know why, unlike other places. And then it shows the lack of space. So I did an entire series that showed the lack of space in the city, but by using what do you call photographs of playgrounds and from a child's eye. So I mean, I put myself in the shoes of children playing, and then I took pictures of that. And then there is another very important aspect of Mumbai that I like, and that is it's an island city and it's surrounded by the sea. So I shoot a lot of images from the coastline. So you have the fishing villages, you have the mangroves, you have the other stories of how humans interact with the sea. So that is a very important story for me. And if you notice, they're all stories of Mumbai. It brings alive the different aspects of the city. And then I do political stories also. For example, I follow the communication of the Dalit groups in the city. So I follow Dalits are or the oppressed as it translates are a large community, and Bombay is the capital of their communication thought, of their ideology. And so a lot of imagery is out there on the streets, like flags and protests. And so I shoot a lot of that. Like for example, in this image, you can see the juxtaposition of a man with a book, Anna Bhausate in the background, and then you have a youngster with a lathi or a stick, which is the weapon of modern India. So you bring a like contrast like that. It shows the Dalit story. And then I also have a very pet project which is very relevant now because of the lockdown, and that is where do people in Bombay work. So I have a whole series of workspace of Mumbai where I show people working on the streets of Mumbai, not just offices, but on the streets, the walk economy, the people who they are mostly service. Even in the age of interconnectivity and digital, there's a lot of work that happens which are still muscle power, and which involves people and real contact. So that's these are the stories that I do. These are the 5 examples that illustrate the kind of stories that Bombay has. This is just one among millions of stories, including mine and yours. Are there any good photographs that you should follow? I like one called Delhi Wala from Delhi by Mayank, which captures Delhi, but in a very different way from how I capture Mumbai. Then there is Kalyan Verma from Bangalore, who is a wildlife photographer. A lot of wildlife photographers in India. They have the most amazing and beautiful blogs. Then we have the Indian Memory Project, which is also, I think, previously Bombay-based photographer Anusha Yadav, if I remember right. And then there is Harsha Vadlamani from again from Hyderabad or Bangalore and Hyderabad, who does political stories. And another name that I would suggest is international, maybe one, which is the Impossible Cool, which is about cool people. I mean, it's like fashion and interest. So photography is not limited to what I do or the general stuff, but it depends on your interest. So go ahead, shoot pictures, and tell your stories using a blog or social media. Blog is my preferred medium, and I hope this helped you.